support. If you are not already a member and would like to show your support and join us, please let Reverend Christina know, our board president, Bob Burkhoff, Kristen, our volunteer coordinator, Luis Parente Rios. Where's Luis? There. Oh, there it is. He was at the welcome table. Let them know. You'll get a card immediately. And then several times during the year, we have a great welcoming ceremony. So if you would like to join us, do so today. You are also invited to assist in providing fresh flowers. These are donated by Bouquets at 11th and Banner. To participate, reach out to, again, Kristen Engelgate. Again, if you can commemorate something, or just to gussy up the place. Beautiful. Let's see, we have a dog bath today with Greg Wilkins. That starts at 12:30. We'll be here in the sanctuary. Our pre-registration is $20. It's $25 regular day of ticket price. If you've never had one, please avail yourselves of that and just let your body get washed over with holy sounds. Our spring cleanup is coming up. That is May 10th from 9 to noon. And so if you would like to do some gardening around this place, please join us. Again, let Kristen know. You can bring your own tools. We will have tools here. And you can simply participate in getting your hands dirty. And if you would like to, yes, I said that. If you would like to join us, contact Kristen. That again is May 10th, which I believe is a Saturday, 9 to noon. We are thrilled to extend an invitation to all of you to be a part of the Festival for the Soul, which is a terrific fair. If you're interested in being a vendor or a reader, please contact the spiritual director again, Reverend Christina, at Althea Center, spiritual director at altheacenter.org, or admin, that's me, at altheacenter.org. So what that is, it's a wonderful gathering of readers and vendors, and we'll probably have acupuncturists and massagers and all sorts of different kinds of readers and energy workers. So please avail yourself to that. This place will be filled with tables, readers, and our dining room, so it's a magnificent time. So it's really a lot of fun. And in addition, what else? Help Althea grow our YouTube presence. We're trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers. So you can help us do that by simply liking and subscribing. And I think that's it for announcements. Happy Pentatonic.
Good morning. Morning. I'm Reverend Christina. I'm supposed to be off today. However, we have a beautiful surprise. Dr. Michelle Madrano will be speaking, so I am kind of off today. But Althea Center is steeped in thought. Thank you, Daisy, for turning that. First Divine Science, 4 amazing women founded this place over 100 years ago. The building is over 100 years old. And we honor all religions, all faiths, all diversity, oneness. We practice what we preach. Yes, I said it. We believe in oneness. We believe in diversity. That everyone gets to love one another, be married, and be happy, and peace for the entire world. Welcome to Althea. Anyone that's new here? Anyone that's new here, first time, please raise your hand or stand up so we can honor you and applause. And you can join us in community afterwards. There's probably donuts or cookies or treats. The whole gang, we get together. So if you like sugar, go hang out. Maybe someone brought some sandwiches. You never know. Last week we had gumbo. You never know what might show up in the kitchen. And I want to also just briefly introduce Dr. Michelle Madrano, who will be sharing her words of wisdom. She has been, which I just found out, we're dear friends, very close, I'm blessed to know you. She's been my teacher for many, many years, helped me. She's the Dean of School of Spiritual Studies, the Ministerial School at Mount High Church. She is a co-leader, and she has housing church and spiritual centers like this for 40 years. I didn't know it was 40. And she's been, holy cow, and a minister for 35 years. Her QR code is in the back as well. So give her some love when she stands and sings. Michelle, stand up! And she's funny, and she also knows how to sing, but she's not singing today. So and now, the great kids will be back for our prayer.
So let us each channel our own Mr. Rogers. You don't need a red scarf. And if you're comfortable, just close your eyes. And let's just get quiet and let's all take a deep breath. And let us just relax our shoulders, feel them drop in relaxation. And know that our chairs support us in this holy place, founded by those women 100 years ago. And let us affirm that we are DEI, that we do here at Althea stand for diversity, equity, and inclusion. And let us let that message with its golden light emanate through these doors and spread among our city, our state, our country, our world. For we are all one. That is what this place stands for. Oneness. Oneness. There is only the one. It is always changing and it is always changeless. But everything is made of the one. And it is that power of love, the power of law, that we place our confidence in. As we unite with that, each in our own way, for we each are individualized expressions of the divine. Let us remember that right here and right now, and not give food or thought to anything contrary. For nothing is greater than the power of one. And when we unite with it, we are invincible. Yeah. And let us get in touch with that inner child, that innocence that we possess right here and right now. Let us simply give thanks for these bodies that we inhabit, that allow us to traverse this glorious, glorious world. And let us each in our own way give thanks for whatever blessings may come our way. And I simply declare and know that I give these words to the law, and know that any question that any of us have, when we ask, the answer is already in the mind of spirit. And it comes to us in divine order and divine timing. But always, always with great, great love. And together we say, and so it is.
Good morning. Good morning. If you are willing and able, will you please stand and join me in God is all, both invisible and tangible. One presence, one mind, one power is all. This one that is all is perfect life, perfect love, and perfect substance. We are individualized expressions of God, and wherever one is perfect.
sound engineering, he has a recording studio. He's an amazing pianist. Playing, I think you could just make up a song in the middle. And Chelsea Grace, welcome her back. Chelsea is accomplished. She's an opera singer. I mean, you do show tunes. She just had a sold-out vintage show. Go to her Facebook page. It's Chelsea Grace Singer on Instagram and Facebook. So welcome her back. Thank you. Gratitude helps you cultivate an abundant mindset because it's all about having appreciation for the good things in your life, what you already have. The word appreciation means to increase in value, concentrate on good feelings you get from practicing gratitude. Those positive feelings will increase, and when you notice the good things in your life, you cannot help but feel more abundant. Gratitude is the key from Eric Butterworth in Spiritual Economics. Gratitude is the key that unlocks the door to abundance. Giving thanks is an important state of your consciousness that keeps you in awareness of oneness with divine flow. We're going to help you get up the stairs. Oh, thank you. Awesome. Good. Hi, everybody. Hi, Mom. My mom was here. Oh, sorry. I didn't know you were there already. Oh, I'm so excited to be here. I'm a Colorado native and have lived in Denver for the majority of my life and used to come here to this building for School of Ministry classes when I was in the School of Ministry at Mile High Church. I can't remember what the classes were, but we used to come and do all sorts of activities here and have long weekend workshops. And I was always so impressed with this building, but I really want to anchor us into what you've heard a number of times here. Think about this for just a minute with me, if you will. Historically, 1927. Do you think there's many female clergy in the world at that time? No. No, not at all. And here, this building becomes this centralized place for the Brooks sisters to start this whole denomination, this whole movement. They were some of the first respected female ministers in the United States of America who stood up courageously to speak the word of truth. Not only that, this denomination and all the umbrella New Thought denominations that are accompanied by it, because we're called New Thought, and underneath New Thought is divine science and unity and religious science that is my heritage, and all sorts of other New Thought traditions, is the first denomination, the first spiritual tradition on the planet to say, no one is not included in what we do here. Yeah, no rules, no bars, no, well, you can only be here if, none of that. All were welcome, even back in 1927. And so there's a rich heritage. If you are here in this building and here in this community, I'm going to guess that you also of like mind, and that you can appreciate that inclusive energy. And then, here's something that's really heartwarming for me. You've got an amazing female, strong, powerful minister sitting in the room here. Yeah. Thank you. I love Reverend Christina. I have adored her for many years. We not only have been in Mile High in many environments, served on committees and such, but we are friends, we are beloved colleagues, and I'm so honored to be here in your home, in your spiritual community. Thank you for giving up a Sunday to let me speak, because I would gladly come here on a Sunday and listen to you speak. So I'm really, really grateful. Really grateful. So I'm just excited to be here. And I did bring some stuff to talk about. It's only about a few hours. I hope it's okay. No. I understand that this has been a month of abundance. And I love teaching about abundance. I think that abundance is a very important topic, especially financial abundance. And here's what I also know about the rich history of spirituality. We've got stuff about ministers and spiritual communities that want to talk to us about abundance and money and that sort of thing, because we felt skeptical about their motivations, and we see ministries that seem to proliferate some notion of hurting people by claiming money. I know over the years I've seen ministers, especially those televangelists on TV, who will say things like, who was it? I can't remember his name, but he claimed that if we didn't send him $8 million, Jimmy Swaggart, wasn't it? Jimmy Swaggart, if we didn't send $8 million, he was going to die, or something crazy like that. So people feel like ministers who talk about money are slimy, are snake oil salesmen. And I'm not going to focus on money today necessarily, but we have to accept and understand that when we're talking about abundance, money is part of that equation. And I believe, as a spiritual leader, it's my duty to speak to people about money. It's my duty because I have a vision for our planet that there is more than enough of everything to go around. There's more than enough money, there's more than enough resources, there's more than enough homes, there's more than enough jobs, there's more than enough for all of us. And it's not that there's not enough on this planet, it's just that it's being channeled in specific ways that are not supporting people such that all people have equal access to the resources, that all people have equal opportunity to experience abundance in whatever way they want. And that if we as spiritual leaders don't begin to teach people the secrets that have to do with consciousness and have to do with the energy with which we live, move, and have our being, we will not be able to create a world that works for everyone. So it is part of my responsibility to talk about money, and I'm undefended about that. So today as I speak about abundance, because I want to speak about grateful receivership. Grateful receivership because if we're talking about our consciousness creates our reality, our consciousness, which is the seat of what we believe about life and ourselves, about the systems, about the world, that we continue to proliferate ideas about what's possible in every realm of our life. And here's the good news. This is one area where you get to be right. But as Dr. Phil would say, how's that working for you? How's that working for you? Is it really working to be right about how messed up it all is? Is it really working to be right about how there's not enough? Is it really working to be right in believing that we can't have what we want? And so the first secret to creating more in life is to be willing to transcend those beliefs and go beyond them. I believe that grateful receivership is one of the key building blocks to having an abundant life, to confronting that consciousness and to changing it forever. To changing it forever. There's a story that I love about a wise woman. And she's in the mountains and she's wandering through the mountains on her way somewhere. And she comes across a rare, valuable gem. She takes the gem and she puts it in her sack. And the next day, as she's wandering on her destination, she runs into another traveler. And the traveler's hungry. And he begs her to share her food with him. And so she gladly opens her pack. And as she opens her pack, the sun rays catch that gem and shine brightly. And the other traveler sees it and he is stunned by it. And he says to her, "Will you give me that gem?" And she gladly takes the gem out and she hands it to him along with some food. Well, he takes off immediately with the gem in hand because he knows how valuable it is. And he knows that indeed the gem is so valuable that having lived a life of poverty, that this would completely change his life forever. He would be secure for the rest of his life because of the value of this gem. And he's happy and he's overjoyed as he walks. And over the next few days, he suddenly begins to reflect upon this. And he changes course. And he heads back to find the wise woman. And he finds her after a few days. And he returns the gem to her. He says, "I know this gem is so valuable, but I gladly return it to you because I think you have something more valuable that I need. What was it in you that allowed you to give me this gem in the first place? That's what I really want." That's what I want up for us today. I think grateful receivership is that kind of security. What does it take to be so secure, not in what we see in the world form, so secure in a deep awareness that I'm an abundant divine being of life, that I can easily and effortlessly give anything away that I need or want to, that indeed it could even be taken from me, and I still know who and what I am in the scheme of the divine presence that life is. That is holy, sacred abundance having its way through us, and what it takes is receivership. Now, we have been taught, most of us, 'tis better to give than to receive. Did anybody else hear that growing up? I know I heard that a lot. 'Tis better to give than to receive. Giving is emphasized for us. However, what many of us have been trained to do is what I call depletion giving. I only have so much, but I'll give. Or I really think this is a big risk, but I'll still give. I'm really scared, but I'll still give. In this case, I think we have to get our big butt out of the way. Literally, right? We have to take that butt out of it, out of the equation, and be willing to be in a place of receivership that is divine, that is contemplating the holiness and the wholeness of who and what I am, and choose to give from that place. Because when we give from that kind of a place into anything, whether it's our time, our energy, our money, our support, our words of encouragement, and there's no fear involved, what we give away benefits us and it benefits the people and the places with which we give it. When we give from depletion consciousness, we just generate more fear. And I, along with Christina and I sat next to each other and wrote a book together in a workshop with Kathleen Lenover and a few of our other colleagues. And my book happens to be on fear. So if you are struggling with fear, here's a shameless plug. You can get my book online and it'll help you with your fear. But I think fear is pervasive in this experience of abundance in any way, shape, or form. We are afraid of depleting ourselves of our good. We are afraid that if I give, I won't have as much. We let our logical minds get in the way and keep us from being true givers. And I believe that we cannot give fully what we have yet to receive. We cannot give what we've yet to receive. And part of how we don't receive things is we spend a lot of time in fear about our resources. Am I going to have enough money? Am I going to have enough time? Am I going to have enough? Am I going to have enough? And that constant thinking is causing us to be out of alignment with abundance. Versus someone like the wise woman in our story, who simply knows there's always enough. I can give money away to the places that I love and support because there's always more money. I can give time because there's always more time. I can give support because I can honor my energy and I can know that I can gather more for myself. And so it's a different mindset when we are doing that life and circulation with a conscious awareness. And that way, if we take fear out of the equation and we start living in trust about our receivership, and we receive it before we ever see it, right? We receive our good before we ever see any proof of it. We receive our life and our wholeness and our abundance before we ever see any sign of it in the world of form. This is how we begin to shift our consciousness. It heals us of obligatory giving. It heals us of giving to get. It heals us of giving to look good. Ernest Holmes, the founder of Science Mind, says, when we learn to trust the universe, we shall be happy, prosperous, and well. We must learn to come under that divine government and accept the fact that nature's table is ever filled. Never was there a cosmic famine. But we have a lot of conversations about famine and what if there's not enough. And if we could end that conversation, I think we could end our experience of lack. So how do we do that? How do we become grace-filled receivers from the good with the capital G in life and be able to give from that place? Many of us, when it comes to being in receivership of life, are like this. Give me more, nope. Give me more, nope. Give me more, nope. I mean, just think about it. Here's one way, here are some ways you know if you have a receiver issue. Are you okay if people help you? Are you willing to receive help when you need it? Or do you rebuff it? I don't need any help. I sometimes think we're like little toddlers. I do myself. I do myself. I don't need help. I do myself. Right? We're little grown-up toddlers. We will not receive help. But receiving help is one way to say yes to abundance. Do you receive compliments easily? My brilliant mom used to have a workshop that was so challenging for people where we had to walk around and look each other in the eye and give each other compliments. And it was so amazing to watch people go, oh, thank you, thank you. And then she made it even worse. She made us say, get a compliment, and then we had to say, thank you. And another good thing about me is, oh my God, you should see people sweat when you have to do that, right? Ooh, that was so hard. But a lot of, oh, you look so nice today. Oh, this little thing, oh no, I got this. I got this for $2. Rather than, thank you. Thank you so much. My sister, when she was a little girl, people used to say to her, "You're such a pretty little girl." And she'd say, "I know." Imagine walking through life today. "You did that really well." "I know. It was great." That's called spiritual self-esteem. That's something Ernest Holmes used to talk about. That's the esteem where we understand we have value. We can be brilliant and amazing and allow ourselves to be present to it. And when other people acknowledge it, see it, want to support it, want to call it out, we can gracefully just say, "Thank you. I really am grateful you see that about me." That's part of divine receivership. What I'm getting at today is that there are many ways that we could take this hand down when it comes to the universe. Boy, I'd sure like to have more time, but get your butt out of the way. I sure wish I could have more relationships and friends, but get the butt out of the way. I sure wish I could create more financial abundance, but get the butt out of the way. What does it take to make this go away? So that it's all, bring it. What does it take? Well, there are a lot of things, and I'm sure that we've talked a lot about some of those things this month, and I want to focus today on gratitude. Grateful receivership. Gratitude as a doorway into the removal of that hand that wants to stop the good from coming. So I believe that a person who is truly cultivating a life of receivership is cultivating a life where they're consciously and conscientiously looking to be grateful every chance they get. And as it is in our teaching, it's never enough just to think about it. We tend to think here in these New Thought teachings that I just think myself out of things. No, you gotta be in action too. You gotta be in thought and action, thought and action, thought and action. I love this quote from the great jazz legend Lionel Hampton, who says, "Gratitude is when memory is stored in the heart and not in the mind." It's about cultivating a warm feeling within us. Ernest Holmes, the Brooks sisters, they all talked about to manifest and create more good in our life. It's not just enough to have some happy thought that you recite over and over and over again. It has to be warm. It has to be heartful. It has to be felt. It has to be somatic, and that it penetrates the body and the soul. It has to be embodied. We don't embody things by just thinking them over and over and over again. So gratitude is a doorway that is often very warm if we consciously practice it, not just at Thanksgiving time, but throughout the year. So I have 4 grata actions today that I think we could practice this week that could begin to warm up our ability to be in receivership of the good that our life is, that allow us to begin to take that hand down and just be all about, I accept, I cultivate, I make welcome, I say yes, I'm in alignment with greater good, I am abundant. 4 grata actions. The first one, and these are probably going to be things you've heard of before, contemplated before, it's not so revolutionary, but here's what I like. A gratitude timer. We all have devices and phones and things these days, so cultivating and using gratitude timers, one way to do that is to set a timer every hour or every 2 hours that just goes off in your to-do app or on something in your phone that says, take a moment to stop right now and feel gratitude. Hey, how about we do that right now, shall we? Everybody just take a moment, take a deep breath with me, look around, and just feel something you're grateful for. Maybe it's the person sitting right next to you, you're grateful for them. Maybe it's being in this beautiful hallowed space, this sacred space. Maybe it's being in community. Maybe it's just
being in the energy. Oh, maybe it's the beautiful music we heard. Just be grateful right now. And just notice how that kind of anchors in a warm feeling that says yes to life, yes to greater good. A gratitude timer. It helps just to set a timer and have it go off, where we just pause and we give thanks. The next one is something that we've heard made very popular by the great Oprah Winfrey, a gratitude journal. Stopping every day, at some point in the day. A lot of people like to do this before they go to bed at night, because as we go to bed, our mind is often very receptive to ideas and possibilities. But it can be first thing in the morning, it can be midday, it can be throughout the day. Just taking time to know what we're grateful for about that day. Oprah says, keep a grateful journal. Every night, list 5 things that happened this day that you are grateful for. What it will begin to do is change your perspective of your day and your life. If you can learn to focus on what you have, you will always see that the universe is abundant, and you will have more. If you concentrate on what you don't have, you will never have enough. If you concentrate on what you don't have, you will never have enough, because you can't be in receivership of what you're constantly complaining that you don't have. The only way to be in receivership of it is to embody it. And so being grateful, even in our teaching, in affirmative prayer, one of the things that I love is that one of the steps is thanksgiving. And it's not, oh, thank you, God, for this good that you have given me. It's not like that at all. No. It's spiritual chutzpah. It's the willingness to say when I pray, before I ever open my eyes, I'm going to be grateful that I have what I just prayed for. I'm going to be grateful that it's done. I am going to say, I'm so thankful for this good that is manifesting in my life right now. Maybe I can't see it there. Maybe it's not in my bank account yet. Maybe it's not showing up in my life. But I'm going to be thankful beforehand. That's what we do. We can do that in our gratitude journals. Not only look around for what we're grateful for that occurred, but also we can have anticipatory gratitude. We can claim what we're grateful for in advance as a way to help us to be in receivership of that good. The next one is give thanks for the routine and the mundane, which we tend to miss. I love this quote from the great actor Jim Carrey, who says, I challenge anybody in their darkest moment to write what they're grateful for. Even stupid little things like green grass or a friendly conversation with somebody on the elevator. You start to realize how rich you are. You start to realize how rich you are. What a beautiful, beautiful statement. And so being grateful for the mundane has to do with little things like cultivating an attitude of gratitude when we're paying bills, for example. Many times what the attitude when we pay bills might look like is, I talk so much these days about power, I can't believe it's all the interest rates, that voice. It's not the voice of abundance, you know. But here's the voice of abundance and grace, and gratitude in those mundane things. Paying the bill for my electric bill. I sure like having lights. And I'm really grateful to have heat or air conditioning that keeps my space warm or cool when I need it. I'm writing my check out to pay my XL bill, whatever it is. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. As I pay my mortgage payment or my rent, I am so grateful that I have a home. I have a roof over my head, a place where I can lay down at night that contains all my things. I'm so grateful for my home as I pay my rent. I'm so grateful for that credit card that allowed me to purchase that new pair of shoes that I love so much. And I just love those shoes. They're so beautiful, and I'm so grateful that I have the reason. Whatever it is, to be grateful, even in the mundane like that, is being powerful and allowing ourselves to be in receivership. Giving thanks when the people around you that you love do something well or nice for you in your work environment or home. To really cultivate the willingness to say, thank you for putting the dishes in the dishwasher. That really helped me out. I really appreciate our partnership in this family. I'm so grateful for the way that you handled this or you took care of that sort of thing. Mundane gratitude, taking time to send texts or cards or notes or looking people in the eye as they serve us in restaurants or stores or in Starbucks, wherever we go, to say thank you. Thank you so much. To be grateful like that. To align ourselves with our good, rather than be complaining or criticizing. One of my favorite stories I heard from the great minister Reverend Ike, and I teach all of my abundance classes this story, so I'm going to share it with you briefly today. Reverend Ike was a very dynamic minister many years ago, and he used to talk about the propensity that we might have to see people who have more than we do, and to be jealous, and to be critical. Oh, look at that couple. I don't like public displays of affection. Look at that Mercedes. Who needs a Mercedes these days? People should drive more reasonable cars. They should just go get one. Look at those people with that jewelry on it, those nice clothes. Look at that suit probably costs more than I make in a year. You know, that sort of thing that he would say, and I would say too, that's not going to get us any more good. It's actually the opposite. Every time we look at someone with that kind of envy or complaint, we are disconnecting ourselves from that good. So here's what Reverend Ike learned to say. He would look out and he'd see that Mercedes, and if he thought that would be a good car that he'd like to have someday, his chant was always, that's for me. If he saw some couple that were madly in love, rather than being critical of them, he would say, that's for me. If he saw somebody in clothes that he thought were really nice, he would say, that's for me. I taught this to a woman in Scottsdale years ago. Her story was, there are no more single men in Scottsdale. She's very sure of it. She was committed to her story, man. She'd been to every bar, every restaurant. She'd done every singles thing at that time you could do, and she was committed. And she was absolutely right, just like I said earlier. Yeah, she gets to be right. And, you know, because she kept believing that a single man could have come right up to her, pitched her little butt, and she would have never noticed it because she was clear that there are no single men left. So I began to teach her Reverend Ike. And I used to say to her, just anytime you see a single man that you think is attractive or has a quality that you like, if you want to be with a man like that, what you do is you don't go after him necessarily, especially if they're taken already, but you just say, oh, I love that man's sense of humor. That's for me. Oh, I love the way that she does that. That's for me. And boy, she reluctantly began to practice this. And a few years later, I got an invitation to her wedding. There's something that we say a lot. TSW. This stuff works.
Yeah.
Right? There's another S word, but I won't say it in church. My last one is unconditional thank yous in any area, just giving thanks. Just giving thanks for experiencing the beauty of the sky, for the sun, for the flowers, for the trees. Even in challenging times, finding ways to see the good and praise it. For gratitude transforms all of our approaches to our challenges. I may not be grateful for the challenge that's before me, but I can be always grateful for the way it's growing me, for the way it's teaching me, for the way it's deepening me, for the way it's inviting me into the contrast of what it is that I ultimately want to experience. Gratitude as our heartful stance can always, always support us. And so I remind us that my 4 gratitude actions today are the gratitude timer, the gratitude journal, giving thanks for the mundane, and giving thanks unconditionally as ways to anchor ourselves into receivership, because every time we say thank you, we are receiving the good of God in some way, shape, or form. I close with a poem today, Love After Love by Derek Walcott, who says, the time will come when, with elation, you will greet yourself arriving at your own door, in your own mirror, and each will smile at the other's welcome and say, sit, here, eat. You will love again the stranger who was yourself. Give wine, give bread, give back your heart to itself, to the stranger who has loved you all your life, whom you ignored for another, who knows you by your heart. Take down the love letters from the bookshelf, the photographs, the desperate notes. Peel your own image from the mirror. Sit. Feast on your life. That's what gratitude is. It's feasting on our life. And how could there be famine when we choose to feast? Please join me as we pray together. I invite us to just take a deep breath as we move within. And take a moment to recognize and to honor that there is one life, one presence, one source, one power, one universal beingness that expresses itself throughout this entire universe. We may call it God, Spirit, the infinite intelligence, by whatever name we call it. I accept and affirm that it is the true nature of our very being. It is who and what we are. It is the source of all creation, and therefore it is the source of me as I speak this prayer. It is the source of every person within the sound of my voice. And anytime anyone hears this prayer, it is the true nature of each one of us. And I accept and affirm from this place of oneness in which we all live, move, and have our being, that we are right here and right now in divine receivership of all of the good that God is as our life, as us, as our beloved experience and expression. We are in receivership of it right here and right now. And that this week ahead, as we walk forward into our lives, that we allow the doorway of gratitude to be flung open for us, such that we spend time in that graceful presence, that true, amazing grace that is our very nature. And we allow ourselves to feel the warmth and the joy and the connectedness that comes with this willingness to be so in touch with our gratitude, to be so in touch with divine receivership. Oh, we are blessed. Blessed beyond measure. I accept and affirm this for each one of us. I declare that as we go forth, that this awareness of our blessedness shows itself to us in greater and greater good, greater and greater experience in our life. And I'm so grateful that it is done as it has been spoken. I am so grateful that this good is manifesting in, through, and as us right here and right now. And it is from this place of confidence and gratitude that I release this prayer to the action of that universal law that makes it so, that does its holy sacred work, affirming and accepting that as it has been spoken, it is done. I let it go, I let it be, and so it is. Amen. Thank you so much.
While I set up, let's give her another round of applause, please. because you love me.
Remember, follow her on Instagram, and Eric has a YouTube channel, which is Eric Jones channel on YouTube. So follow him. Now is our beautiful time of giving and sharing. As Dr. Michelle, thank you for your presence, and I'm grateful for you as well. Thank you very much. We speak about this a lot. Giving and sharing, it always comes back to you. Thank you all who continue to give in time, talent, and treasure, where that always comes back to you as the universe is abundant. One thing I like to do, I do this at home, that I'm always saying grateful that I even get to pay a bill. Because there was a time that I didn't have money to pay. And I know everything that I give and donating and sharing. So I would invite you all to hold your gift, your tithe. Even you do take credit cards as well. You go online, altheacenter.com. Just hold in consciousness when you give, knowing it will come back to you. The universe provides all that I need and all that I can. With great joy, I share my prosperity, planting the seeds for a world of helping manifest. And so it is. Amen. And a little information on this old world, this beautiful building. We have major repairs that are due this year for our insurance. And so you know you're a part of and one of the founding places, like see this as a mother of new thought. There is no one funding us or this building, but everyone else online and all of you. So we're not supported by the Vatican or any big institution. Just so you know. But thank you very, very much for your continued giving and sharing. And Dr. Michelle is going to pray us out, and then we're going to do music. Then we're going to do music.
Thank you. So I invite us just to, do we stand for prayer?
Yes, okay, let's stand together and say after me, something wonderful is happening through me right now.
Something wonderful is happening to me right now.
It is this thing called life.
It is this thing called life.
Life is in my mind. Life is in my body. Life is all that I am. I am so grateful for it. Thank you, life. And so it is.
Please join me in